Arsenal hath entered this season with a sort of summer that forces conversation. Roughly £200 million spent not for spectacle, but for a clear, hungry purpose. At the centre of that spending sits Victor Gyokeres, a forward whose instincts for the penalty box offer the clinical edge Arsenal have chased for seasons. Around him come reinforcements that change options across the spine of the team. A Premier League-tested goalkeeper in Kepa Arrizabalaga, who arrives at relative value. Martin Zubimendi, who brings composed range and positional intelligence, Christian Nørgaard, who can grind in midfield, and the wide unpredictability of Noni Madueke, alongside defensive promise in Christian Mosquera. This is no vanity window. It is a shapeshift designed to give Mikel Arteta more ways to win. Yet the summer's drama will be decided very quickly, because Arsenal's opening schedule is nothing short of a gauntlet. The first weeks hand them Manchester United, Leeds, Liverpool, Nottingham Forest, Manchester City and Newcastle. A sequence that reads like a season resume check. Win this stretch and belief becomes tangible. Limp through it and the early momentum Arteta needs to hide imperfections evaporates. That reality tightens every tactical choice into consequence. Arteta must ask himself whether to bend his philosophy to the strengths of his new number 9, or demand that the new signings simply slot into a pre-existing pattern. Can patterns be loosened enough to allow Gyokeres to run behind defences and be fed without exposing the team to counter risks? Can Zubimendi's calm and Nørgaard's bite forge a stabilising midfield that brings the best out of the attackers? The answers will come in 6 intense tests, and the margin for error is wafer thin because rivals have not stood still. Liverpool, Manchester City and others reinforce too. So Arsenal's runway will be carved from form, fitness and a little luck. Watching the personnel through this lens, a few players take on oversized importance. Gyokeres is the obvious headline. If he stays fit and plays close to 40 matches, the ceiling on his goals is real. But Zubimendi might quietly become the club's most influential figure. The engine that lets fullbacks push and attackers wander. Kai Havertz looms as a potential super sub. The kind of late-game predator who can exploit tired defences when Gauntlet has done the heavy running. At the same time, the kids are part of the equation. Ethan Nwaneri and Miles Lewis-Skelly offer flashes of risk and reward. And their minutes, if managed properly, could tilt cup ties and bring energy to bench rotations. Kepa's arrival speaks to smart value recruitment. As a low-cost, experienced deputy, he could prove decisive if injuries bite elsewhere. Off the pitch, there are contract narratives that shadow the pitch. Bukayo Saka and William Saliba remain central to the club's future, and keeping them tied down is crucial to long-term stability. Gabriel Martinelli's future will be watched carefully depending on recruitment at left wing. There are also departures rumoured. Rotation, loans and January windows could reshuffle the squad further with names like Leandro Trossard. Oleksandr Zinchenko or Gabriel Jesus potentially moving depending on minutes and form. All of this, tactical tweaks, squad management, contract decisions, feeds into 2 competing season storylines. In the first, Arteta adapts, the front line clicks, Gyokeres reaches a 20 to 25 goal mark, the youngsters contribute meaningful minutes and Arsenal sustain a genuine title challenge while scooping a domestic cup along the way. In the second, rigidity. Injuries or just bad fortune turn early fixtures into drop points. Momentum evaporates and the narrative reverts to near misses and what-ifs. Which path unfolds will likely be sealed in that brutal opening block of fixtures. Extracting 12-plus points from those 6 matches would tilt public opinion and betting markets toward Arsenal as favourites, while a spotter would instantly raise questions about how resilient this reconstructed squad really is. The truth is that Arsenal have given themselves the tools to do something significant this season. Deeper rotation, clearer attacking options, and renewed midfield balance. But tools do not win titles on their own. They must be wielded with imagination, temperance, and sometimes the kind of luck that spares no one. So when the whistle blows on that first run of games, watch not just the final scores, but the way Arsenal adapt. The movement to free Gyokeres, the protection around a retooled midfield, the minutes given to the young sparks. Those are the fingerprints of a side either growing into silverware or learning again what it costs to fall just short.